welcome back to the workshop, folks. It's Workshop Wednesday already, can you believe it? No. But it is. So, what we're going to do this Wednesday, it's the last Wednesday of the month. And so what we thought we'd do is have a bit of a roundup. And we'll probably make this like a regular last Wednesday of the month thing. Now, we was going to do this on Saturdays, but Saturdays have been overtaken by the guitar making tools and techniques playlist that I'm building and determined to get that finished. So I don't want to miss out on a Saturday. So we're doing it last Wednesday of the month. We'll call Workshop Wednesday monthly roundup. So that's what we're doing today. And over the last month, we've had some new tools.
Wow, you've already had Super Clunk sent you a live chat.
Oh wow, so thanks Super Clunk.
$4.99.
Awesome job.
Clinton, thank you very much.
Yeah, there's a bit of controversy about the super chats, but because I know that Google take 30% of that. But for me, I'm quite happy with that. Because whatever you do in business, there's always a cost, isn't there? There's always a cost to whatever you're doing. An advert, 30% is quite expensive, but I think it has the added benefit of also, if Google are getting a little bit out of it, they're going to be more likely to bump us up the lists, if you see what I mean. So for me, there's two good reasons why super chats are good. It really helps us out, bumps up our earnings a little bit, means that I can get myself a new pair of socks. Carol can get herself a jar of lentils. And also, I think it does help with the YouTube algorithm, because if they're going to make a bit of money out of it, they're more likely to want us to be higher up the list, aren't they? So that's all good. There we are. We don't need that on as well, Carol.
Okay.
There you go. Carol's still trying to get used to the controls over there. So yeah, if you've got any interesting comments or questions, then type them in the chat, in the live chat, and Carol can now put them up on screen.
Here's one for you. It says you've got two voices.
Two voices?
Woohoo!
Or more?
Oh my goodness. Right. What's going on now then?
Don't know, let me have a look.
Oh no, it's James Bissett. Ignore me.
Okay. So I've spent all morning rough carving this neck, because I'm going to do a little bit of a wee demo. We always do a little bit of a live demo, don't we? So I've been rough carving this neck. I'm going to show you a little bit about the new guitar making knife is finally ready, folks. Oh. Can you take that off, Carol, please?
No, I know, but look. You're just gonna have to.
This is our new guitar making knife.
You're gonna have to roll with this.
Oh, another super chat.
Yeah.
Cheers, Peter. Much appreciated.
And
yeah, we totally appreciate that. And Boolean, yes, no, yes, no.
Woo, thank you.
Thanks, Boo.
And there's also
much appreciated.
There was Super Clunk.
Yeah, well. It is a good thing. It helps us out a lot, probably more than you realise. So here's the new guitar maker's knife, which we've been waiting for. It's finally finished. These are now in the shop. Link in description. I'm going to show you how I actually use these later. And if my workshop was on fire and I could save one tool, believe it or not, it would be my guitar maker's knife. Because it's got a multitude of uses, apart from the few uses that I'm going to show you today. I'm sure you can think of a few more. So
you're going to have to forgive me. I've got to do this one.
That's cool. Bring them up whenever there's a super chat. You can bring it up straight away. Thank you, Super Clunk.
That should have been up before.
That is totally appreciated.
Can you explain what we're going to use this for?
Go on, then you do it.
Right. So Mark wants me to put this up when you ask questions, but you're going to have to be kind, because there's a slight delay on this machine to that one.
I did say that a minute ago.
Did you? Well,
so if you've got any questions, do you remember? Think back, Carol. Carol's struggling to watch me, what I'm saying, and operate all the controls at the same time. So yeah, leave your questions and comments in the chat, and Carol can put them up on the screen, as you've noticed. Brilliant. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody so far. You don't have to do a super chat. To those of you who have, thank you so much. But you don't have to. You can just watch completely for free. But it does help us a lot. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's contributed in any way. If you want the full-on courses, if you're not sure what this is all about, by the way, we're guitarmaking.co.uk. I've been running guitar making courses for 15 years or more, and people come from all over the world to my workshop until recently when everything was closed down. We need all the support we can get. Online is our only income at the moment, apart from a few custom builds that we've got on the go. So yes, I want to say thank you to everybody who supported us so far. If you want to get on the website, what we've done is I've filmed my courses from start to finish, starting with a pencil line right through the process until you've got your finished guitar. And it's not just cobbled together for the lockdown. I've been working on this for 4 or 5 years now. So we've got the full design and build acoustic and electric courses, all fully edited online on the website. And to watch those, you have to become a premium member. So that is, if you want to support us, that is the absolute best thing you can do, is head over to the website and become a premium member. But you can just become a supporter. It's a lot cheaper, and there's a load of free stuff you get, free patterns and plans and that kind of thing. So yes, it's our premium members and our supporters that really keep us going. So I just want to take a moment to thank you guys especially, and just a special shout out to all our new members this month. Hope you're finding the website interesting and enjoyable. Don't forget that every time you make a comment on the forum here, or if you answer somebody else's question, then you accumulate hero points. There's reputation points and there's hero points. Reputation points are just for our enjoyment, but the hero points, when I built my academy of guitar making, I wanted to not just take. I want to give something back to you guys. And what you might not realise is every comment you make, every interaction you have with the website actually has a value. It makes the website look interesting and busy, that kind of thing. And it bumps us up the algorithms. It all helps. So every little comment, every activity you do on the guitar making site or on YouTube, for instance, even, it does really help. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys, all our pioneers and new members alike. So thank you very much for that. So at the end, hey Deej. Afternoon, Deej. Speaking of which, so yes, so I'm going to do a little demo in a minute of how we use the Guitar Maker's knife, how I use it. I'm sure you'll find lots of other different ways to do it. I'm going to do a little demo, but we're going to keep it short today, because I don't know if you can hear, but there's builders out there working on the driveway. Our neighbour's having his drive redone, and they're working right outside the workshop. So they might have jackhammers and all sorts out later. Hopefully not, but if it gets a bit noisy, then you'll know what that is. So right at the end, after I've done my little live demo, I'm going to be asking a question of you. So as I mentioned earlier, we shot past 5,000 subscribers. I think it was last week, and we've got our 5,000 subscriber special coming up. TV 101's just ordered a knife. Cheers, TV 101. Nice one. I hope you like it. Awesome. Cheers, guys.
No, that's Boolean Universe talking about hero points.
Right, 100 hero points. Yes, so the hero points.
1,000?
1,000 hero points, yes. What you don't realise is, guys, you can spend your hero points in the shop. So if you've got enough hero points, you might even be able to buy a knife completely. It might not cost you a penny. So that was the whole point of the Guitar Making Academy, is to share our knowledge as much as possible. Let's get it all out there. Everything we know about guitar making, I want on that forum, and we're going to be making as many tutorials as we can. And every interaction you have helps us. So I wanted to, has a value even. So I wanted to help you guys back. So you can spend your hero points in the shop. Nobody's done it yet. I don't know if it's you just haven't worked out how to do it, but instead of paying with PayPal, you could just pay with your hero points. Isn't that amazing? Where else are you going to get that? Nowhere, I'm telling you. So here's the new Guitar Maker's knife. I'm not sure how many hero points you'd have to accumulate to buy one, but I'm sure there's several of you that have already done it. So
Can I just put this
I'll keep my eye out for that. Yeah, another comment.
Right, so Clint says he's still waiting, but he's in Hawaii.
So when did you order that then?
I
think it's on its way. It must be
It will be on its way, but it's
somewhere in the wires of the Ethernet.
I'll check the tracking. Sorry about that. Look, Mark.
Carol's going to check it for you, Superclunk. Sorry about that.
You've actually got a question. Let me show it to you, and then you can decide.
Let's do a question and then we'll do the live demo.
Oh, wrong one.
Ehab! Right, Ehab, while you're there.
That's not the question.
No, but Ehab, this was something that Ehab bought from me from Egypt. It's an actual, real, what do you call it, parchment. I don't think it's 2,000 years old, but it's authentic from Egypt. And I had it up on my wall for the longest time, but I'm taking it down, Ehab. Not because I don't like it, but because I'm putting it up in my new van. We've got new living quarters. I'll give you a tour one day, but I'm going to put it up in my van at home because I love it. But because there's no guitars on it or anything, I don't think it's not suitable for this particular backdrop. So I'm going to move it. But I just want to say thank you for that. I really enjoy it. It's going into my house, my home. So so thanks for that. I just didn't want you to I didn't want you to worry about where it had gone. If you're worried about why it had disappeared.
So there's a question there.
So can you read it out, Carol? It's
Right.
tiny writing.
Okay,
I can't read it.
So it's about. The question is about. See, it was just pen and paper. You can't beat pen and bloody paper.
Can you not read it out?
Well, I've got to find it now. I like pen and paper.
During the course,
What's that one?
we had out the fretboard in no time.
There we are. During the course, we cut out the fretboard in no time. I'm not very happy with cutting the fretboard manually. Now, how can I do it with a miter saw, for example? How can you cut the fretboard up? Chaos.
Yeah, I'm afraid that is probably a subject for another video, Ehab. But you can either buy or make a template. I'll show you one. So here's a template that I use with notches. You could use holes instead of notches. But to be honest, well, you can buy one of these, or you can make one. But if you're making one, you're really kind of like doing it by hand again. So you probably want to buy a fret slotting template, and you can buy an actual miter saw to go with it. That's what I'd recommend, Ehab. Have a look on a Guitar Maker Supplier's website and look for fret slot scale templates. And you can buy one where it uses your own fret saw. In fact, if you go on the forum, I think it was John Al, but somebody's made their own with pictures of how to make your own. So yeah, brilliant. That's what the forum's all about. And head over there, Ehab, to the forum, and you'll see the homemade version. Or go to a Guitar Maker Supplier's and you can buy one that works with your fret saw. Let me just show you. You can buy one which works with your ordinary fret saw. It's got kind of guides that it follows, or you can make your own. Yeah, so Ehab, for you guys out there who are wondering, Ehab, he came from Egypt to here in the glorious hills of South Ayrshire to build his own guitar, like many others, 400 others of you. And hopefully we'll see you again at some point, Ehab.
Okay, Boo says it was him. But I've
Right, Boo.
he made the fret slotting.
Yeah, nice one, Boo.
Right.
Awesome job, by the way. Yeah, so I think you're John Al, aren't you, on the forum? It confuses me. You've got about 4 different names. How am I supposed to remember your name?
I'm trying to be anonymous, for God's sake. Right.
Yeah, Boo. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
They all reckon I'm going to get sacked tomorrow.
Oh, Carol's been sacked many times. So have I. Thing is, we need each other.
Oh,
Don't we, Carol?
You don't like it. You don't like it, but I love pen and paper.
Right, I'm going to show you a few little tricks with this knife then.
Sorry, back to something.
And then, like I say, it's going to be a fairly short one today. And then we're going to do a poll at the end. We'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, we're at a crossroads. And I need your input on where we're going to go next, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's do the little live demo then. How to use a guitar maker's knife. So this is also known as, AKA, a skew knife or a violin maker's knife or a skew chisel. So it's super handy for getting in to some of these bits. Now, like I say, this is the one tool that I would grab if my workshop was on fire. It's the one tool I would grab because, well, I could go camping, couldn't I? If my workshop burnt down, I'd go camping with my knife and I'd make a spoon or something. So let's see, what does that look like? Here's one way to use it, like a scraper.
Well, I've got an interesting comment for you there, look.
Look at that. So what I do is I hook so bag press is making a fret slotting saw. Yeah, nice one, Darren.
Okay.
Can you take it off, please, Carol? So they can see what I'm doing. So I'm using it like a scraper. Basically, I've hooked my hand onto the edge of the neck there, and then I just run the blade along. It's great for taking off any wee steps. You'll quite often get a little wee step there. You guys will know what I mean. Guitar maker's knife. Look at that. So it works like a scraper. Let's see, we've got a little step there. Don't know if you guys can see that. Little step. And then scraping it off. If it rips up, you could scrape the other way. So that's one use, using it as a scraper. But this is what the main thing I used to use it for all the time, I still do quite a lot, is carving around this volute area. Not sure which camera it will look best on, but
That's close, yeah. 3 seems a little bit less crisp.
depends on the distance you're at. So here's what you can do. I work from both directions. So you can work down like this. Now, the danger of the blade is that you can lift out great big chunks if you're not careful, which is why I don't really recommend it for a complete beginner. And you certainly don't need a guitar maker's knife to build a guitar. You don't need this, but it is super handy. So what I do is I cut down from one direction like this. It's so sharp, you have to be careful you don't lift out huge chunks. So I cut down from one direction all the way around. Just keep an eye on the cameras, Carol, to make sure, because I can't see what's showing. So I'm cutting down from one direction, and then I cut from the other direction, like this, up to it. So I don't know if you noticed how rough that was, that volute area was really rough a minute ago. And as you can see, in just a couple of minutes, I can tidy it up quite a lot. So, like I say, the disadvantage of this is that you can take out great big chunks if you're not careful. The advantage is you can take off great big chunks if you're careful. So, I mean, look how much meat's coming off him really fast. Comes off real fast. And it leaves a perfectly smooth surface, whereas the rasp, you know, the rasp leaves a very rough surface. Notice at all times my hands are both behind the blade. I never put anything in front of the blade there because well, they are razor sharp, so as you can see it cuts this mahogany like it's cheese. I will be demonstrating how I actually make these knives and the curved guitar maker's chisels that we sell as well. So if you don't want to buy it from us, you can make your own. That will be coming up in a couple of weeks. So we've got a good amount of stuff planned. I'm not exactly sure when all this stuff's going to happen though, but Carol's promised me. She's promised to sit down with me and make a schedule.
Oh my God.
You did promise, Carol.
I've got witnesses now, they all heard that.
Yeah, I've said it on the internet now, so it's going to happen. What I'd really like is to have, you know, to know what's coming up on the website over the next however long. So I'm just going to keep turning it around and go forward and backwards, and you can see already it's pretty much there. I mean, look at how quickly that was to carve that beautiful shape around there. So the that's two, I think.
Yeah, you need to get back at two's the best one. But you need to move it that way, all the way. Okay.
There we go. So that's my volute carved in minutes. It's also good for this end as well. Look at that. You can really dig in. Great for these areas. And that is what I mainly use my guitar maker's knife for. Beautiful. So you can see, we'll get a close-up, shall we? Is it that one? Smoother than a rasp. Not for everybody. It does take a little bit of skill and practice. I'll just demonstrate that one more time slowly for you. So what I do is I cut down this way, like this, and I peel up a little bit like that. So I can go over it again and make it look a little bit more defined if I want. And then I'll turn it round and go this way, making sure that it's straight up to the volute there. We can check that with a straight edge. Make sure it's straight. Obviously it's got to come up at some point. That's pretty flat. There we go. So guitar maker's knife, absolutely, for me anyway, invaluable for carving necks and all sorts of other stuff. When you need a knife, I use it for a million and one things on my guitar maker's knife. So yeah, don't forget, we've also got the new half-inch rasps are in. Oh, hey, Whiskey Trials. Hey Neil, good to see you. Glad you're enjoying it. Cheers. Rock and roll.
Check them out.
We're in the future now. We're in the future. So yes, we have had our occasional hiccups with the tech, but we're getting better at it.
Is that what you call me?
Yeah, you can pull that off now, Carol, if you want. We're getting better at it, and practice makes perfect, doesn't it? Which kind of leads me on to the final bit then, which is the future. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going to be coming up on the channel in the future. We've got some questions to do first.
Yeah, well,
Let's get them out of the way first, and then we'll finish off.
so here's one from Peter Stoyanov.
Are you guys doing a video on organisation of the workshop? I desperately need tips and ideas for my work environment. Right, leave your tips in the comments, folks, for keeping your workshop tidy. That's a brilliant idea for a video. I do have videos planned, one of which would be keeping dust down in your workshop. So war on dust is one of the things I want to do. I'm going to do a workshop tour of the workshop for you at some point. And somebody was asking about the benches that I use, how to make the benches, these things. So there will be a video on that as well. So yes, great idea. We could do a whole series on that, a whole playlist on just how to build your workshop.
We had help, didn't we?
Benches,
With
storage, all that kind of thing.
Who did we get help from?
Where to put things. So yes, my floor, for instance, that I'm walking on was made by John Duffy, who's the proud owner of his Bailey Bouzouki that I made for him in return. So yeah, often you can do a job for someone and they'll do something in return for you. That's how we've done a lot of things. Quick sip of tea and then we'll do the last thing.
And Mark, there's a whole load of stuff in the chat between Ehab and Bagpress about saws for frets, and it's too many. I think you should just tell Ehab that you'll look at and you'll message him afterwards. Okay,
yeah. Saws for frets though, to avoid any confusion, what I would say is wherever you're buying your frets from, buy your fret saw from the same place, or vice versa. Buy a fret saw and your frets from the same place. And then at least you know they're going to fit. To be honest, if you just stick with medium sort of fret wire, they should pretty much fit into any slot, as long as you've used a guitar maker's fret saw. But yeah, we'll get to that afterwards. It amazes me that he always managed to find what he needs. Amazes you. It's because we haven't had any students here for a while, DJ. So I know where everything is. People haven't hidden everything.
Right, here's another one. Just
proper lumber storage. Brilliant one. Yes, that's an excellent one. That's definitely on the list. Because one thing that we do, you guys all know this, but if you're new here, you might not know this. We sell a kit for an electric guitar and an acoustic guitar, but there's nothing pre-made apart from the fretboard is pre-made for you. I don't think there's any shame in that, because at least then you know it's going to play in tune, don't you? So especially with the acoustic kit, there's quite a lot of pieces of wood and you really need to look after them. And so how you store them and stack them can have a big effect.
Good idea, isn't it?
So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that as well. But just to cut a long story short, cheers Peter. Just to cut a long story short, you put me off. What was I saying?
Lumber storage.
Can you pull that off? Yeah. Don't leave them on for too long, because so yeah, to cut a very long story short, with wood storage is you need to store it so that air can get all the way around it. So if you're stacking lots of pieces up, we put sticks in between, we call them sticks, or stickers, just to create space in between so air can get all the way around. So that's the short version of how to store and care for your wood. Keep it somewhere dry, reasonably dry. The best place to store it is your workshop where you're actually going to build it. So yes, the future then, folks. The future's looking good, isn't it? For the Guitar Making Academy anyway. I'm not sure about the rest of the world. When I say looking good, we've got loads of ideas for content to keep it interesting, hopefully for you guys, especially your premium members. I want to keep all you guys interested. So partly because of the lockdown, but I really wanted to start doing this anyway, is we started doing this live streaming, and it was I wanted to do so much, we ended up doing it twice a week instead of just once a week. So it grew, and we've sort of flew past our 5,000 subscribers, which that's completely blown my mind. I didn't think there were any bigger numbers than 5,000. So I'm learning now, learning all the time. But I want to keep it interesting for you guys, and I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys what you want. So I thought, well, we'll start by making a guitar live. I did that, and then we did the guitar making tools and tech, which I'm about 80% through. Still got about 3 or 4 Saturdays to go on that, and then we'll have a complete build, and we'll have all the basic techniques that you need to build a guitar all laid out in playlists in long form, kind of like live stream long form content. So kind of what I'm doing is I've built up, like, still working on it, but we're building up what I'd like to think is binge worthy content, so that when we do reach new people, they can go through and there's plenty of stuff for them to watch, hopefully lots of stuff for them to learn, and they'll find it interesting and keep watching it. And that's all good, obviously, for the algorithm and all that. But I don't want to waste too much of your time. I mean, how long have we been going today, Carol?
37 minutes.
37 minutes today. I mean, that's a lot of time, a lot of a big ask for you guys to spend that amount of time here. So what I thought was it would be, it might be better to do less, shorter, but more intense and concise, more edited videos, basically. So the question is quantity versus quality. So with the live streams, you're getting quantity, but I'm always hesitating and forgetting what I'm talking about. So they're not as good quality as what you'd get with an edited version. So yeah, so I've set up a poll on the guitar making site. If you head over there, then you'll see quality versus quantity. Click on that, and then you can get your vote in. I'm actually quite surprised at the moment the live streams are winning, and I thought everybody would want the edited videos. So that's a bit of a surprise to me, and so that is exactly why I'm doing this, because, you know, I'm not always the best person to determine what it is that you guys want. So I think I know what you want. I've done the complete live stream build and the basic guitar making tech. So now I'm handing it over to you guys. So you need to tell me what you want. So specifically, quantity versus quality. Yeah, you're supposed to be working. And you're all watching this live stream. That's what I'm talking about. I don't want to get you into trouble, do I? So yeah, we'll be doing both. But I think what I want to do is I want to find the right balance, is what I'm getting at. So at the moment, it's 100% live stream, and that's not leaving me any chance to do any editing. So I would like to do some more edited, because I know there's a lot of guys out there who haven't got the time to waste spending half an hour or an hour or longer in here with me. They just want that little nugget of information, you know. I'm like that. I just want the nugget. So if I saw a video that was an hour and a half long versus one that's 5 minutes, I'm going to go for the 5-minute one. So yeah, we need to do both. Cheers Whiskey Trials. Great channel, by the way. If you enjoy whiskey, head over to the Whiskey Trials channel, and he does his whiskey rants. They're awesome.
I'm going to have to interrupt. Right?
Go on.
Right, because
Carol's interrupting me again.
Because the chat today proves exactly what you wanted to happen. Because Ehab has come on and asked questions about fret slotting and fret saws, and they've all chipped in and answered.
Fantastic.
Right, and
this is what it's all about, folks. Isn't it exciting? We're here right at the start.
Right, and somebody who now I've lost asked. I think it was Pete. There's somebody's asked about there not being plans for the circular saw. Yeah, it's Pete. Peter Steinhoff said he saw the circular saw fret slotting jig on the video, but there weren't any plans on the thing,
because
right. So hang on, right? I know. So we know that, but actually, Superclunk Clint, who's also a community member, has said that he's actually made one, and he's put he's made a fret slotting mitre jig that's idiot proof and effective, and it takes 20 minutes to fret a whole fretboard. He's going to post
fantastic
his thing to the forum. So
thank you. Yes. I totally appreciate you guys who are sharing your own techniques, because, you know, I've got mine. Yeah, this is one thing I wanted to say earlier. If you're new here, or you've been lurking for a while and you think, wow, you know, some of these guys must be really clever because of what they're churning out. If you head to the guitar making site and look in the forum, you'll be amazed. I'm amazed what some of our members are doing.
I can't keep up with what they're saying. It's amazing.
But I don't want you to be intimidating. If you're new to this and you've not, you know, you've not seen much about guitar making before, then you might think that these guys are all geniuses, and there's no way I could possibly do that. I'm here to prove that even an idiot can do it. I can do it. And I'm an idiot. So yeah, most guitars are made in factories, and most guitar factories are not populated by genius luthiers, because all the genius luthiers leave and set up their own workshops, you see. So what I realised when I was working in the factory that shall not be named was that yeah, it's not that difficult. And what I've done is basically I've broken down what seems like a very long and complicated procedure into lots of small 10-minute jobs or 20-minute. I think if it takes longer than 20 minutes, there's probably an easier way to do it. So that's what I aim for. And so on the site, you'll see that all laid out, where I've filmed the whole process in 10 to 20-minute chunks. And I think that anybody can do it. And the tools that we use are really basic. If you think that you can't do it because you haven't got enough tools, then check out the essential tools for guitar making. You don't need the guitar maker's knife, but I would recommend the rasp and the 1/2-inch round Surform, guitar maker's 1/2-inch round rasp. So some of the subscriber made guitars on your forum are stunning. Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. Cheers, Parsnip Fingers. How did your bread come out, by the way? I hope it came out nice. I could almost smell it from here.
So, Mark, in the chat, there's new people's names that I've not seen before. There's all sorts
brilliant.
of people
Awesome.
are throwing in
Welcome
ideas
to the
about
newbies.
Tools, and they're making suggestions.
Fantastic.
So can we say we'll go through them, and if there are any gaps on our website.
Yeah, we'll go through the chat afterwards and make sure that we haven't missed anything. Yes, so fantastic. Isn't it wonderful seeing it all come together, folks? We've got some patterns and plans which we're determined to get on the website maybe over the next week or so. Carol's promised to help me on that one as well. What would you do without Carol, eh? Let us know in the comments.
Set that TV.
What would we do
round.
without Carol?
He's barred. He's barred.
So yeah, head over to the site, check it out. Don't be intimidated because some of our members are quite clever, way cleverer than I'll ever be. But there's something there for beginners and advanced alike. So yeah, that's what it's all about. And for me, it's wonderful to see it all coming together. You guys in the comments. I love everything about these live streams. The entire Bailey family, that's you lot. I learned tons from the comments as well. Yes,
Exactly.
me too, me too. So that's what it's all about. You know, I'm learning as much as anybody here. So for me, it's fantastic. So I think we did a quick roundup of the month there. In future last Wednesdays of the months, I want to feature more of you guys with your builds from the forum. So with your permission, we'll always ask your permission first, but I'll be showing you guys what everybody else on the forum is getting up to. Hopefully a bit more of that. So brilliant, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you've stuck around right till the very end. Head over to the site, check out the Guitar Maker's Knives, and get your votes in for whether you want more live streams or more shorter, sweeter, edited versions of the films. And I'll see you on Saturday for clamping and holding. So I'm going to show you all the different clamps and jigs that we use for building guitars, starting with the most basic ones and then going on to some highly advanced stuff. Brilliant. So yeah, I did want the guitar making techniques to be just the basic techniques, but I can't help myself, and I always end up chucking in a few advanced ones as well. So hopefully you guys will all find that interesting, and I'll see you on Saturday, same time, same place, 1 p.m. We're there every Wednesday and Saturday. You can hear the builders are out there now with the machines going, so it's a good time to call it a day. Thanks guys for watching, and remember, most important thing is check twice and cut once.